My name is Andrew Klein. I'm a 1971 graduate of John Carroll. And the reason why I'm here today is back in 1994, I was reading articles about the genocide in Rwanda. And at that time, the United States Holocaust Museum was just being built. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm Jewish. And I was the first Jewish graduate of this school, which is primarily a Catholic school. But I learned a great deal of diversity here at John Carroll. And I recognize this. We are all messengers of the Almighty, regardless of whether we're Christian, Jewish, Muslim. We're only instruments here for a very, very short time. And it was the Rwanda genocide that really perked my attention. And the Holocaust Museum was being built in Washington. And that museum was built not by federal funds, not by government funds, but by private donations. And only here in America could a museum be built to honor, to restore the memory of so many people who lost their lives in such a tragic way. Now, I lived among mostly non-Jewish people. And for those of you who are Jewish, we knew Holocaust survivors all the time, but they never spoke about what they went through during the years when they were in the camps, or they were hiding, or they were partisans and fighting. They never spoke to their families about it. It was like, it was a part of their lives that suddenly vanished. But after the museum was opened, and it became a project of Steven Spielberg to bear witness to what happened. And I started to read more about it and learn more about it. And what I found out is genocide is going on today. It's in Syria, believe me. I see it every day. And most of us who are insulated are immune. We don't know what to do. It's difficult to lobby our legislators because we don't want to put American fighting men in a troubled area. It was in Bosnia-Herzegovina. It's been in other areas of the world. 1.3 million Armenians were killed by the Turks. And anytime there is economic depression, people don't have enough money, they're unemployed, they look for scapegoats. And what happened in Germany happened right after World War I. Germany had tremendous reparations they had to make to the Allies. They couldn't afford to do it. And economic conditions are very, very difficult. So they looked for a scapegoat. People who had money, people who were teaching. My grandmother came out of the former Soviet Union. She lived in Kiev. They left in 1904. And I can tell you a personal story about it. She told me. I asked her one time. I said, "What made you leave Kiev?" She said, "The Cossacks came in and burned our synagogue. And your great-grandfather, Avraham Peretz, almost perished there. And we left." And this was not a new occurrence in the Pale of Settlements in Russia. It was going on. It started in Germany, and first, the easiest thing to do was attack Jewish businesses. And they said, if you're Jewish, we suddenly are going to bar people from shopping with you. If you're an academic and you're in a university, we're going to strip you of your post, your academic post. Doctors, engineers, scientists. Albert Einstein, prime example, physicist. He left Germany, came to the United States. So when you have that occur, gradually the opportunities become narrower and narrower. Stalin, in the 30s, had a purge. He killed almost as many Jewish academics in the Soviet Union as the Germans did. You know, they purged the best military minds, they purged the best academic minds, and you would say to yourself, for the first few years of the war in World War II, that's why the Germans had so much success, because the entire military was stripped of talent and stripped of personnel. And it took a long time for them to rebuild those programs. So I started this program here with a good friend of mine who was a faculty member. And we said I was going to come back to John Carroll and have an opportunity for people to visit the United States Holocaust Museum. It can only be built in this country where we always will have religious toleration and observance and respect for people of different faiths and different cultures here. We're the melting pot, regardless of what comes out of the news media today and how we become politicized. But we are still a melting pot, and we will continue to be a melting pot of Americans for people that want to live productive lives. There are so many opportunities for the next generation of people if we only take down these barriers. So for 25 years, I've been supporting this program to bring back to this school, this community, the school that I love and got so much out of, to give to you. Because in America today, they just did a survey of how many people know about the Holocaust, could name one detention camp, and there's over 45 to 50% of the people today, including the parents, that know nothing about genocide. It's beyond their world, it's beyond their focus, it's beyond their scope, but it's very easy for them to find scapegoats and people to ostracize and pick on all the time. So through this program, for the program that we have in the fall, and of course today is Yom HaShoah Day, the day we do remember it. Very few countries spend time to do that. You are, without a doubt, sort of the privileged, the ones that have that opportunity to spend time, to read your newspapers, to read the books today, to meet the remaining survivors, because they're passing on. I have very good friends, and they've all passed on in the last couple of years. They're in their upper 80s, 90s, some of them, and they're slowly going away. And if we don't recall these stories, and we don't recall what life was like, how hard it was for people to basically survive, not only for food, but for clothing, for heat, for warmth, just to be together. Because in many cases, families were separated. A child was saved and parents were exterminated. And this thing goes on and on and on today. So the lesson is, you learn about these people. In my congregation in Harford County, we have what we call a twinning project for all B'nai Mitzvah students. That means when you become a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah at 13, you pick a name of a person that was not a survivor, that perished in the Holocaust. You learn about them, where they lived, where they grew up, where their parents lived, what their parents' profession was, the age which they were taken, the amount of lost potential of people today. And I think everybody sort of gets the message and learns it. And you're at a great school to learn that. You were doing it here before it was done in many, many curriculums across the country. So I'm really proud to be a part of it. I'm proud to support it. I'll continue to support it. I'll continue to support John Carroll in every endeavor they make this world a better place.